Third episode begins with the PresAux team preparing to depart for the Deltall habitat. Gurathan wonders if this is the right move. Perhaps they should launch an emergency beacon. Mensa notes that the company wants them to give up, to quit their expedition. Thus, the plan is to investigate this issue themselves. Plus, maybe they can learn more about the creatures, whether alien synthetics killed them, and the strange map anomalies. Mensa urges Gurathan to stay put with Bharadwaj while she heads for Deltall with Pinley, Arata, Rathi, and our titular Murderbot. Then, Mensa asks the Sec unit if it could remove its helmet. It might help the others to see the Sec unit's human-appearing face and view it as part of the team. The last thing our bot wants is to be part of any team. Next, Murderbot watches strife in the galaxy while en route to Deltall. Sure, it's no the rise and fall of Sanctuary Moon, but it's a decent watch. Rathi remarks to Pinley and Arata that it's a good thing that Deltall's emergency beacon didn't launch. Mensa agrees. She asks the Sec unit for its opinion. Realizing Mensa is talking to it, the Sec unit switches off strife in the galaxy to answer her. They have 3 contracted Sec units, Murderbot says. That aside, Deltall's communication equipment could have taken a hit if they had been attacked by a hostile. Mensa counters that the emergency beacon still should have been triggered despite Deltall's destroyed comms system. Rathi wonders if the Sec unit has feelings. After all, it looks human. Rathi feels it's wrong to enslave a being that seems no more machine than Gurathan. Murderbot doesn't like that. To the humans, it seems like it has human emotions. While the humans discuss pointless human sentiments, the Sec unit checks in with those remaining at the PresAux habitat. Bharadwaj seems to be doing better, well, physically. We see her crying until Gurathan silently approaches. Upon seeing him, she quickly wipes her tears away. Bharadwaj shares that she can't stop picturing the 2-mouthed creature bursting from the ground. She can still smell it. Then, Murderbot watches as Gurathan sneaks into Mensa's quarters. Why doesn't anyone lock their doors? Initially, the Sec unit wonders if Gurathan is secretly working for the company. Perhaps he plans to kill the crew, sell the proprietary data on the black market, and use that money to purchase luxury goods for himself. Nope. Gurathan is merely obsessed with Mensa. He buries his face in her pillow. Humans are weird. I say that as one. Suddenly, the satellite signal falters. Pinley remarks that the satellite's been having outages since the group arrived. They've been tracking it to determine if there's a pattern. Murderbot confirms this, claiming that the company makes all Sec units periodically check client logs. It can't let them know it spies on them of its own volition. Understandably, Pinley is upset. They scold the Sec unit for this invasion of privacy. Pinley is now having doubts like Gurathan. What if this Sec unit is really just a faulty killing machine, and now the company might be watching them? Later, while the others are asleep, Mensa asks Murderbot to sit with her at the controls. Murderbot would rather watch its shows, though. Mensa insists that the others didn't mean what they said about it. You know, that Murderbot is an agent of the company and could kill them all. Mensa pivots, explaining that her family didn't want her to go on this trip. Uncomfortable, Murderbot interrupts her, claiming it must check the munitions. The following day, the PresAux hopper hovers over the Deltall habitat. The Sec unit doesn't detect the other Sec units, but Rathi remarks that all hoppers are accounted for. Murderbot urges Mensa to park outside the perimeter, though, for safety protocol reasons. Before departing, Mensa asks Pinley if they have weapons experience. They admit their experience mostly lies with games. Arata remarks that she didn't know Pinley played that game. I don't, Pinley responds before they chat more about the game with Rathi. Mensa urges Rathi to stay put and keep watch. Later, Rathi warns the quartet about a bevy of crustaceans as they pass through a creek. Those crustaceans could be hostiles, waiting in the wings to attack any passersby. Mensa suggests they keep the channel open for essential communication only. Next, Murderbot orders the trio to stay behind while it surveys the Deltall habitat proper. It has the largest weapon, you know. Mensa opens a private channel to chat with the Sec unit herself. Murderbot blasts open the door before entering. Then, it spots a destroyed Sec unit, half of its head blown off. Murderbot lies to Mensa, claiming said SecUnit is merely on standby. Mensa asks for an update. Murderbot claims nothing is going on and the Deltall team doesn't need their assistance. Lies and fallacies. We see the entire team is dead. It's a bloody affair. Murderbot decides to lie to Mensa because humans do irrational things when upset. Mensa orders the SecUnit to leave now. In response, Murderbot creates static interference and cuts off comms. Before Mensa loses the signal, our eponymous bot urges the trio to return to the hopper in 10 minutes if it doesn't emerge by then. Murderbot is proud of itself for causing the static, citing episode 807 of Sanctuary Moon as inspiration. Outside, Mensa, Pin Lee, and Arata head back to the hopper per Murderbot's instructions. Well, Mensa hesitates. Inside the habitat, the SecUnit observes that one of Deltall's SecUnits went rogue, and the other two tried to stop it. Mess aside, Murderbot notes that the scenario is too clean. Additionally, one SecUnit died trying to protect the communications hub. The other two? Surely they killed each other simultaneously, just like the Season 1 finale of Strife in the Galaxy. While contemplating the implausible plotlines of Strife in the Galaxy, one of the presumed dead SecUnits comes back to life, attacking our titular bot. Thankfully, Murderbot rises victorious, taking out the enemy in an almost video game-esque fight sequence. The SecUnit examines the now dead SecUnit, noting that someone overrode its combat module. Behind Murderbot, we see what appears to be another SecUnit, this one in all black, approaching. When Murderbot whirls around to address the intruder, said SecUnit fires at it.